Welcome to today's story. Today's story is going to be very interesting because today Team USA did what you are going to see in this video. Before starting the video, like and subscribe to our channel. When Team USA stepped onto the ice for the gold medal game, the pressure was obvious, but what wasn't visible to the crowd was the deeper emotional weight they carried. The arena lights were bright, the anthem echoed with pride, and millions were watching, yet inside that locker room the atmosphere was different. Quieter, more reflective, almost sacred. This tournament was never just about medals, rankings, or international pride. Inside that room, before every puck drop, one name echoed softly but powerfully: Johnny Gaudreau. Known to fans across North America as Johnny Hockey, Gaudreau had long represented creativity, courage, and American excellence on the ice. His edges were sharp, his hands electric, his vision unmatched. But what truly defined him was not just the highlight reels. It was the humility in interviews, the respect for teammates, the deep devotion to his family, and the joy he brought into every room he entered. Teammates often said he made practices lighter and big games feel possible. Throughout this tournament, players spoke privately about honoring him, about carrying his spirit into every shift, about making sure that if they reached the top of the podium, they would do it with meaning. They weren't chasing gold for headlines. They were chasing it for something far more personal. Every blocked shot felt heavier. Every sacrifice in the defensive zone carried intention. Every goal celebration had a subtle glance upward, a quiet acknowledgement. This was not just competition, it was tribute in motion. When Team USA battled through adversity, when momentum shifted, when the crowd grew tense, when legs felt heavy late in the third period, they leaned into that shared purpose. And when the final horn sounded, confirming a gold medal victory, the initial reaction wasn't wild chaos. It was a collective exhale. Helmets came off slowly. Players embraced longer than usual. Eyes were glossy. The celebration that followed wasn't explosive at first, it was reflective. Players looked at one another with knowing expressions, understanding that this victory symbolized something far beyond tactical execution or athletic dominance. It was a promise kept. A promise to compete with heart. A promise to honor someone who had given so much to the game and to the people around him. The gold medal shined brightly under the arena lights, but for those players, it symbolized something far deeper: loyalty, remembrance, brotherhood, and enduring love. Championship celebrations usually follow a predictable script. The trophy is lifted high. Confetti rains down. Teammates shout, laugh, and embrace in a blur of adrenaline and relief. The cameras focus on the captains, the MVP, the coach who drew up the winning system. But what happened next rewrote that script entirely and stunned not only the arena but, soon after, the entire sports world. As Team USA gathered at center ice for the official championship photograph, there was a brief pause, subtle but intentional. Staff members exchanged glances. Players shifted formation. Most fans didn't immediately understand what was unfolding. Then, in a gesture that instantly transformed a sporting moment into a human one, Johnny Gaudreau's children were gently brought onto the ice and placed at the very heart of the team. The roar of the crowd softened into something almost reverent. The image that followed was not staged spectacle. It was pure emotion. Players instinctively lowered themselves so they would not tower over the children. Some knelt on one knee. Others crouched, smiling warmly, protective arms wrapping around small shoulders. A few players wiped away tears, unable to hide what they were feeling. In that instant, the gold medal became secondary. The trophy, still shining nearby, almost faded into the background. What mattered was who stood in the center of that circle. Cameras flashed rapidly, capturing what would become one of the defining images of the tournament. Social media would later erupt, fans calling it one of the most heartfelt gestures in modern hockey history. Analysts struggled to articulate the depth of what they had witnessed because it transcended statistics and strategy. For the players, though, no explanation was necessary. This was not a publicity moment. This was family. Hockey has long been described as a brotherhood, a bond formed in cold rinks, early morning practices, shared road trips, and playoff battles. But in that photograph, the meaning of brotherhood expanded. It showed that the bond does not end when the final buzzer sounds. It does not disappear with seasons, contracts, or even loss. It endures through remembrance. It lives on in acts of protection and inclusion. By bringing those children into the center of their victory, Team USA made a statement. This championship belonged to them too. Sports history is filled with dramatic goals, overtime thrillers, dynasty teams, and unforgettable championship runs, but only a handful of moments truly transcend competition. This was one of them. Years from now, record books will show Team USA as gold medalists. Box scores will list the scorers and goaltending stats. Analysts will break down systems and line combinations. But the image that will endure, the one replayed in documentaries and anniversary tributes, will be that photograph at center ice. It redefined what leadership and unity look like at the highest level of international sport. Championships often measure preparation, depth, and execution. Gestures like this measure character. In the years ahead, when new players wear the Team USA jersey and ask about this tournament, veterans will not only speak about strategies or game plans. They will speak about purpose. They will describe the night their team chose compassion over individual spotlight, remembrance over routine celebration. For Johnny Gaudreau's children, that photograph will one day become something profoundly meaningful. It will show them that their father's influence extended far beyond goals and assists. It will remind them that he was cherished not only for his talent but for his spirit. It will tell them that an entire team, an entire locker room, and an entire fan base stood beside them in a moment of triumph. For fans watching around the world, it reaffirmed why sports matter so deeply. They unite strangers. They create shared emotion. They remind us that even in fiercely competitive arenas, humanity can shine brighter than any scoreboard. Team USA did not simply win gold that night. They elevated the meaning of victory itself. They demonstrated that greatness is not defined solely by skill, speed, or strength. It is defined by heart. And in doing so, they transformed a championship celebration into a timeless legacy, one built not only on triumph but on loyalty, unity, remembrance, and enduring love.